Welcome back. And you join us in the middle of a process. What has happened? The golden girls are moved. So, yeah, that went seamlessly. Liam came out, panels are all set up. We slid them right through, and nothing went wrong. Now we're getting ready to move the other girls through here. So, let's get at her. Pitter patter. Hopefully they're all coming, because I'm not really sure they're here, but they seem to be lining up already, so yay us. Okay, let's go do this. Well, that was easy. I'm in so much trouble now. Candy, could you stick up for me? Mrs. Piper Doug's gonna be mad at me. I set up the panel to get ready, and then Squeaks brought them all up to the gate. Every one of them. Or maybe it was you, probably you. You're the ringleader. And then they started to turn like they were walking away, so I opened the gate and they all walked in. I was supposed to wait for Mrs. Piper Doug and Liam to come and help, but I didn't need any help. But I get in trouble because I don't wait, because I can't wait. So yeah, these are all first timer in-cab heifers, except Eddie and Squeaks have their babies here. So at some point in the new year, probably March time, as this calving starts, we'll pull these calves off, and then those two will go back to the big herd to go back to the bull for next season. Yeah, and then Squeaker's mum, who's over there with her baby and did not go to the bull this year, same thing, she'll have her baby pulled. Actually, her baby will be pulled in the new year because her baby is normal age, but it's not. We wanted to reprogram her early in the season, so she will go back to the bull next season, but she will not have a calf with her. So yeah, that's kind of nice. And that's the thing, is we've had 20 heifers in here calving, and that was too much. This is a group of 15 that were in here last year. Not a great calving season rate, but it was enough head in here. This is 13. There's 13 heifers, bred heifers in here, and then 2 cows, 2 young cows here. So they won't stay, so it'll just be 13 in here. So we're aiming to do 10 from the weaned lot, and we're good. Oh, there's Mrs. Piper Doug messaging, safe and ready. I'm in trouble. I'll bring you back when I get beat up. Where are we going now, Piper Doug? Whoa. So, you look at a whole bunch of unhappy ladies there. Yeah, I'm not gonna move them into these paddocks tonight. It's after 5. And I don't really want them finding the paddock and then losing their babies, and their babies calling for their mamas. And Mrs. Piper Doug is leaving for a week away on work in southeastern Manitoba. She's doing a circuit of schools down there. So I figured she's taking off before daybreak tomorrow. Last thing I want to do is have a whole bunch of screaming cows behind the house, or screaming calves, either or. So I'll move them tomorrow after she's gone, and man will be like this. So if you look up here, we have a Liam. There's Liam. So yeah, he's bundling. He's using the old green guy with the bale processor as a bale picker, because you don't want to use the actual bale picker on these rotary straw bales, because they are bad for exploding. So I am going to, he's going to do bundles here, and I'm just going to go and start picking up the other side, and that way we can start getting this field cleaned off. he's got post-traumatic stress disorder, and one of the last times he was doing that job was picking up hay when that tractor broke in half, so he handled it like a boss. He didn't panic, but anyway, gonna get to loading bales. I know I spoil them. I know I do. But you know what? There's just something I love about laying out a nice number one bale and seeing them all put their heads down, all in a nice big row, and get after it. By the way, there's PJ and her baby. Still not right, but he's millions times better. He's hurting. He's got a lot of scar tissue on his lungs, but he's a million times better. And PJ's an absolute stunner of a mum. So we'll give him another day or two, and then we'll probably dart him again, because I think LA you kind of get 3 to 5 days. If I'm wrong about that, someone please correct me in the comments. That's another thing I want to talk to everybody about, and I kind of mentioned this to BP, and if you haven't, get on over to BCP Farm and Trucking. They have a great little channel there, and him and Carol have an absolute, just gonna say, an absolute refreshing relationship. How they work together. She's right in there in the thick of it, cutting wood, running the tractor. There's a lot of good channels out there, but anyway, what I was saying to BP was, going forward, I would actually like to challenge a lot of our YouTubers in our little community, which, thanks to the last video that I posted, really struck a chord with me. Really, like, was heartfelt, because a lot of people get really kind of weird around the subject of mental health, and everybody really embraced it, because I think everybody truly knows that they share the same struggle in this industry, because this industry is not an easy life. So what I was getting at was, I'm going to challenge our fellow YouTubers to do a biography, and by that I mean just do a video and talk about how you got to this point. Like your family, not details about your family, but family history, like what's farming wise, and then any story you want to share beyond there. I've been asked to do this a couple of times, and I keep meaning to get down to it, and I'll probably end up having to ask my dad. Hey Dad, I'll have to ask my dad about some of the details about our family history, but going forward, yeah, I do plan on doing a bit of a biography of how we ended up here. And I'm kind of preemptively shooting the gun here. Halloween this year will be 25 years that we have owned that yard. Now, we have owned this land over here a lot longer. This land here, not quite as long as that one, because we didn't have this quarter when we first bought the farm. Hey Babas. So yeah, I am planning on doing a biography. So for all yous out there, like I said, BCP, Gosling Farms, all you guys, even like Ranching Sodak, Sunny Farms. Brian has talked a lot about their family history, but I think it would be nice, because I think the more we know about each other, the more you don't feel as alone, and that's the big thing. And there was a couple of really nice comments on my last video talking about, as farms get bigger, corporate farms take over. Yeah, there he is there. See his head's down a little bit. Still having a hard time breathing, but he's way better than he was. As corporate farms get bigger and family farms get less, there's less of us out here, and there's less times to socialize and just catch up. So anyway, I'm going to put the next bale out, and then I'm going to head back to the yard. And I think today, because it's supposed to be 15 I'm going to get the last of the washing done. I got to finish up with the disc bind. You see him right there, right in the middle of the screen. Clean up the last of the disc bind and put it, park it for the winter, and I'll probably wash the orange tractor because it's got to go get work done. And so yeah, just leave that thought with you all. Get on. I think we're done. I think we're done. Tractor's just sitting. I gotta start moving the crush and all the other stuff around for the next part of the yard work, getting ready for weaning and all the other stuff that I've already talked about. Plus I've got the remnants of the fence. I started cleaning up down there. I've got there's some boards and stuff that's just to clean up, basically firewood and whatnot. So I gotta clean that up because those are going around the outside of the calf pen, because I always wrap the calves shelters. We've got the bales, and I've talked about this before. You might as well get the animals out of the wind, because they actually, and this I have proven this time and time again, they will eat less if they're out of the wind. I've proven it. I can't stress enough to those, like, if you don't have bush, if your corrals or not, if you've got the bales, just put them around the pens if you can, because like I said, it'll save you money. It will. And gosh knows I've got the bales. So I'm going to wrap the back side because that end, I don't need that paddock anymore, so that way nothing's going to mess with the bales. I'm not letting the second timers back out here right away. Maybe once they're weaned, but there's really no reason, because they haven't been coming back out. There's nothing to eat out here. Really isn't. So we're going to start doing that, and then I've got to put the blind line down the feed rail, because unlike some people that like to do fence line weaning, we don't. We do blind weaning. So the animals can't see each other, but they can hear them. So yeah, so I put the header up on blocks. That way it's not sitting on the ground, and that way it's not sitting up on the rams all winter. At some point we are meaning to put a storage shed here to put the baler and all this stuff in and out of the elements, but this is what we're at for now. I gotta go and pick up a spare wheel, well, a new wheel for this, because the wheel a couple of years ago got dragged on a flat tire and the rim got absolutely messed up. So that's actually a spare wheel to the Dodge Dually is on there, because Dodge bolt patterns are the same as 8-bolt trailers. So I gotta go get that, because I'd like to get this trailer back in action for like fetching tin and lumber and stuff. So this is all stuff that came from another farm that's still not unloaded. I got a brand new spare axle. It was for a trailer I was building years ago. I've got the grab off of our old Case 5130 loader, the first loader tractor we had. There's my forge, and then there's my Beeline Gandhi powder applicator it was for our John Deere 535 baler. And then yeah, that's a snow blower for the garden tractor with the blown up engine. So yeah, there's so much stuff still got to get cleaned up from the other farm. So I'm probably going to leave you here, because I think you all got too used to me signing off in the pitch dark. A gorgeous day, absolutely blisteringly lovely. I think it was 15 degrees today, 1 degree tonight, 10 degrees tomorrow, and I think we're going to start hitting minus nights as far as I can tell from there on. So Tuesday night, I think from Tuesday night on, we're getting minuses at night. So that's the beginning of the end. So we'll start wrapping up everything. Like, I've got to stand up that shelter, got to get the posts and the holes all waggled out before the ground gets too much harder. Jeremy's going back to do the water troughs, and we'll go from there. So thank you all for coming and joining us here at the Shire. And like I said, if there's anything you take away from old Piper Doug, you're never alone. It's never that bad. There's always options and there's always someone to talk to. Talk to me down in the comment section. And believe you me, with the year that we've had this year with storms and breakdowns, we had 3 tractors broken down at one point. We're all due a rest, everybody. Have a stiff drink or a whatever you take, and it'll be nice. That's always the nice thing once the big white door closes, because it basically stops you from doing all this stuff and you just get to doing your normal chores and getting caught up at the end of the year. So we'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode. That'll be Thursday, as long as all going to plan. And like I said, if you haven't, subscribe, like, whatever, comment, and we'll see you all next week, everybody. Night night, big fella. You did good. He's got some repairs to get done though. He's blowing his gearbox seal. Yeah.